It's time for Milberger's Gardening, South Texas. Live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. During the next 2 hours, our experts will help you with your gardening questions when you call 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. Or come by Milberger's during the show and have your question answered in person. And now it's time for Milberger's Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
And welcome to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Milton Glueck, along with Mark Peterson and the professor, Dr. Calvin Finch. I will. Oh, Calvin's getting ready so he can hear at the show. But
I just blew in from Amarillo.
Yeah, you could blow in from Amarillo. We had to tie Calvin down. He kept during the whole presentation. He was kind of tethered to the thing. Okay, but so we'll talk about that in a second. And
the wind.
Hey, one of the nice things I get to do, especially when a kindness is shown to me, I get to tell everybody about it. So here at Milberger's, one of the employees, she's great and super knowledgeable, is Jody. And Jody was I was asking her, hey, do we have cucumbers? Because Trey said we might have them. And she said, uh-oh, I saw one. Let me go check. And I was like, no, I'll go look. And she said, no, it's probably gone by now. I got to go check. So Jody went, and she was just taking a break, and she went and looked for me, and no, we don't have any more. But thank you, Jody. She's super knowledgeable. We have lots of great people here. So you can kind of come, or you're here, we're talking about them. Peter, occasionally we talk about Trace, but, whatever. Oh, hey, Trace. What's going on? I didn't see you there. Uh-huh. Trace is smirking at me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir. How you doing? Let me turn it up because I turned it down because of the wind. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm kind of glad I gained a little weight back because I might be flying off.
Yeah, it's I told everybody y'all had to tie Calvin down. He was tethered like one of those little helium balloons that you see for the presentation, holding on to his mic cord. And
presentation, what did Calvin talk about?
Calvin talked about milkweed.
He had about 45 people there.
That's what he said. He said he had about. He said 48. You want to give him the 3?
Yeah, I'll give him
well, we call that system excess.
Oh, okay.
That being
or
said,
system addition.
I might theoretically have some tropical milkweed next week.
Oh, good. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if you heard me bragging on Jody, but just she rocks. She was able to. I asked her about cucumbers. And she said, I think there's one left. I'm going to go find it for you. And there wasn't one left, but that was nice of her to go look. Are you getting any cucumbers next week? You don't know yet.
I can't answer that yet.
Okay. But, yeah, the nursery looks gorgeous. It's beginning to get to look springy. And as soon as Calvin plugs in, I will give him...
Oh, if I get untangled there.
I will give him the 3 compliments that I have received since I've been here up on the porch. But I want him to be able to hear them. So, yeah. Well, what's going on, Trace? Talk to us a little bit about, we had a good presentation. Calvin had lots of people. You're going to get some tropical milkweed in.
Yes.
Do you have seeds?
No.
Okay.
Calvin does.
We on the seed rack.
Calvin said he didn't.
On the seed rack, there may be a couple packages of, not necessarily in this area. It's a mixture of swamp and another one. Green, maybe.
Which variety do you like? Swamp or is?
Yeah, I like swamp.
Okay,
I like it. Right. There were some of the ones that were germinated quickly.
Okay.
Whether or not they're being used, that's part of Calvin's program.
Right. No, I get it. Okay, cool. I'll go look in a little while. Do we have cucumber seeds? Probably.
I'm sure.
Okay. Well, what else is going on, Trace? It's a beautiful day out here.
It is.
It is a bit breezy, but feels good when you're out in the sun.
That's breezy?
So
that's called a wind.
Yes, it's windy.
So theoretically, we have our tropical load coming from Florida this week with more hibiscus and mandevillas and that kind of stuff. And our topiary bougainvilleas.
Oh.
Theoretically, will show up this week.
Yeah, you know what I didn't mention? This is the first week of the anniversary.
It is.
It is 47 years. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
And listen, I literally cannot tell you everything that's on sale. There is just not. We can't finish the show in that much time. but we'll take them piece by piece. Begonias are on sale. Listen to this. This is unbelievable. 4-inch pot, 6 for $10 in the 4-inch pot. That's enough. You can get like 2 beds for get 12, or just get 1 bed and get 6 for $10.
Everybody else is selling them for $2 or better a piece.
What are they thinking?
Millburgers,
you've gone crazy. It's Crazy Trace's begonia sale. Yes?
Not only asparagus, but foxtail ferns are on sale.
Yeah, the foxtail ferns are so popular.
They are.
Yeah. I remember last year when we got them in, they were like gone the first day. Are they holding it out okay, or did you get more?
Got a bunch.
What's that? Got a bunch?
Yeah, I think there's about 300 sitting over there.
Okay. Oh, they got the hanging baskets of the bougainvilleas. Those are gorgeous. Right when you walk in from the parking lot, you'll see them, and they are just striking. Japanese boxwood is on sale. Variegated ginger in the number 3 pot, $29.88. Boston fern hanging baskets. I saw someone when I came here the other day. Oh, well, when I was here yesterday, why didn't I look for the stupid cucumbers?
I don't know. You probably got it.
Yeah, you had them yesterday, she said. No, this isn't me. I need the other side.
Is that the wrong end?
That's the wrong end. But, I saw I forgot what I was going to say. But anyway, the hanging baskets are pretty. The geraniums. Oh, he's got a pretty. I think that's a bougainvillea that he's got in his basket.
It is.
Yeah.
But it's not.
And a geranium behind it.
What are you calling these bougainvilleas? Trained?
No, these are not.
No, those aren't. But you said something about these are coming in.
Topiary shapes.
Topiary. Okay, topiary.
So we'll have some trimmed like trees. We'll have some that are braided.
Yeah.
We're going to have some big ones on trellises. All kinds of sizes.
And I really do love bougainvilleas for San Antonio. It fits our nature and our culture. And they're pretty.
Well, they are. And, you talk about this, and we talk about older neighborhoods like Southton and Monte Vista and Alta Vista.
Yes.
You will see some specimens that are huge and gorgeous when they're in bloom. I mean, they are probably the size of the porch. I mean, they're just huge, but they're gorgeous. But I know that's not typical of bougainvilleas, or is it?
It's a tropical plant, so the day you put it in the ground, you're taking a chance.
Okay. But if it gets well established, will it?
You have less of a problem, but you won't have a problem.
Okay.
It may root survive, but then you're left with a mass as big as your house of thorny branches.
Yeah. But
so it's a risk. But they are beautiful.
But have you seen them? What I'm talking about, that big and pretty.
I've seen them bigger, Milton.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yes.
Wow. Where? Here? In town?
Portugal.
Okay. Well, not all of our listeners are going to Portugal this weekend, so they need to come to Milburgers and just imagine.
Yes.
All right, 210-308-8867. We are here to answer your gardening questions. You can come on by Milburgers. There are lots of folks here today. This is exciting. I love seeing it so busy. We've got all the registers open, I think, or
four
of the
staff
4 in the iPads.
Okay.
The staff is out there tying everybody down from the wind. Yeah.
But yeah, so the service is quick. You can check out quick, but you'll have fun shopping and doing some daydreaming and some imagination.
What did you say? We had some new milkweed?
No, I said that we're going to this next week. We should have the tropical milkweed.
Okay. And will the butterfly weed be coming soon, you think?
Well, the tropical one, that's the one that's coming. So
okay.
I can't answer for other varieties yet.
Yeah.
All right, if you see cucumbers on the list tomorrow, get one. Just one is fine. Just put it aside for me.
No, I don't buy one.
I know.
I buy 10.
I'm just being silly. So what was your training today?
So we talked about weed killers.
Oh, okay. That's always
the
good
importance of temperature windows, making sure that we're giving the customer the right product, and with the knowledge of not messing it up. So we talked about what they kill, the windows that they work properly and don't work properly, not to spray it when it's going to rain, not to spray it when it's windy.
Why don't you spray it when it's going to rain? Because it dissipates.
It'll wash it off before it soaks in.
Okay.
And wind, weed killer is a weed killer. It's not going to care whether it's your boxwood or a thistle.
And we've gotten calls from people who, hey, all of a sudden my blah, blah, blah is dying. And it's like, is there any, and then let's describe the symptoms they're seeing. Did you use,
Guess what the most sensitive plant to even a little bit of drift is?
What's that?
No, petunias or
Tomato.
oh,
Really?
tomato.
Oh, wow.
A little bit of drift on a tomato, and it has all kinds of distortions.
Okay.
Yeah, roses are pretty sensitive too.
Right.
They're always amazing.
So some of the herbicides that you talked about. We talked about weed.
We talked about weed-free zone.
There
We
you
talked about Ortho's version, which has a much smaller window. And we talked about the weed out with crabgrass killer.
There you go. That's what I'm thinking of.
They make sure that they do not sell that to anybody that has St. Augustine. And so that went all right, pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, and I like to bring that up for two reasons. One, it educates our listeners, but two, it reinforces the fact that your guys here are trained. They know what they're talking about. They can help you. They go through training every week, if not more. That's important because you want professionals helping you to get the right solution for your need. And so oftentimes we'll hear about people who complain that they didn't get the right solution. So, whoops, is that Mark?
Yeah.
Mark broke.
Oh, Mark broke? Oh, Mark
no.
sure did break. Oh, dear.
Oh, no.
I'll get the super glue and put it back together.
I'll wear it around my neck.
All right, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867, the number to call to be a part of the show. Give us a call. Let's talk to you about what's going on in your gardening world.
We had a great class.
Okay, you can hear now, right?
Yeah, I'm here now.
You've had three.
I got untangled, finally.
So at least three people came up to me because they knew we did the show here and complimented you on the great job that you did.
Oh, right.
Tripp came up here. Tripp was kind of our secret shopper. He kind of was evaluating you for... He was so secret, he didn't even know he was a secret shopper, but he said, yeah, you did a great job. And one other woman came by and said, I love the show, and Calvin did a great job. And, so getting some compliments.
Well, that's two.
That's two. The third one just said that I said they listened all the time, and I said, were you here for Calvin's presentation? And they said, yeah. I said, how was it? And they said, good. They didn't get as animated as they...
Yeah, they were... contributed a lot, the audience did. I think the audience this time was a little older than in the past, but it was... I know I had trouble hearing with my hearing aids, but with the microphone, I think most everybody did a good job.
The microphone works wonders. I have begun using it in places because it just helps way in the back of the room. Everybody can hear everything.
You know what else happens is you end up with the intermediates halfway up in the audience. Like I had one person in a wheelchair that was having trouble way in the back, but there were he would have a question, and then the two people would relay it down to me so that I could hear with it. When you've got the hearing aids, wind can be an issue.
Yeah. It picks up.
Yeah, but that was just great. And then everybody would interpret the. Well, I don't think his question meant that. I think it meant this, and but that and then we had a lot of individuals. Well, from the not a lot, but we had a few individuals from the Monarch Butterfly Club.
Oh,
and they were really helpful and useful, and had some new questions.
I wonder how you joined that.
Oh, I think they're going to send it.
Oh,
yeah.
What's that? No,
and then they brought also some books, more books for us to consider.
Oh, good.
Yeah. They look pretty exciting to read.
It used to be sort of a fly-by-night organization, but I think is that a bad pun?
Yes.
Okay. No, that's cool. And we'll have to get them on to talk about how you join.
Yeah, and then the other.
Or if you're listening to find out, and you're in the club, call us at 210-308-8867. We'll talk with you.
And then we talked a lot about tropical milkweed. You know, it's hard to pass up tropical milkweed because it's so attractive, so easy to grow. It germinates 1 year, and the monarchs love it.
Yeah.
So there is, there are some researchers that say it's an issue, that it stays booming too long and too much foliage too long. But gosh, though, if you're frustrated with native milkweeds, it's sure nice to have something that the monarchs can get, and it's also a great nectar plant. Yeah. So those kind of issues are really interesting to discuss. And then when you have like the butterfly club there too, they have kind of dug into the research a bit, and so they might make sure you understand. Well, this is the issue there, and then somebody else will say, but that is an issue only because of this, or it may not be an issue. But that's what we're after. That's what we're after with these classes.
If I could not attend, and now I'm listening going, oh, doggone it, I'm sorry I missed it. You can help them, can't you?
That's right. We got another class next Saturday at 9:30 a.m. at the Education Resource Center, 6802 Dorothy Louise Drive, over there by Medical Center, just off of Babcock and 410. And that class is still has some seats left, and that's 210-382-4455. And then in April 5th is the big Comal County Master Gardener program. That's at 9 a.m. over there in New Braunfels. And there, if you want more information or you want to get a phone number for them, it's in my column in the Express News today, and it's also in the newsletter at Milberger's.
Mm-hmm. That's milbergernursery.com. It's on their website.
Yeah. So, and gosh, we got that. Then we got the sinking. Mark, help me on the
William Sinkin Eco Centro. Tro.
On the 19th.
I believe it's Tro. Yes, Sinkin Eco Centro. Yes, it's on the 19th
of April. We'll see how dedicated. It's Easter weekend. We'll see how dedicated.
Well, it's easy to find. It's on Main Street and Locust, North Main and Locust.
Okay.
So very easy to find.
Is that still Monte Vista, or is that Tobin Hills, or is that?
That's Tobin Hill, technically.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a dividing line, or it's kind of scattered.
Okay. No, I know, but it's a pretty neighborhood.
Yeah, if you want to enroll for that class, that same number, 210-382-4455. And I guess we should mention the new Wilson County Master Gardener group. They're sponsoring a class on Thursday, May 8th. This one will be at 6 p.m. So if you want to try the evening class, it's in Floresville. And go in the column today in the Express News and get that information, what number you should call. Or again, you go to the Milberger's website, and it's already on that website, along with the phone number to call to reserve a spot.
All right, 210-308-8867 is our number, 210-308-8867. Before we take a break, I want to tell you about a great place to go where you can get a break and get great food, delicious food, outstanding beef, poultry, sausage. Oh, man, you will love the sausage. But, yeah, you'll love it.
I'm starving, Milton.
I'm sorry, Calvin. I didn't bring you anything.
Yeah, every time you
Mark
do this.
ate it all. You weren't here.
No.
But
every time you start this, both Calvin and I get very, very hungry.
As well you should. Prusky's
We're
Market
savages,
right there,
you know.
up there in Atkins, Texas is the place to go. If you're going to do any grilling, if you've got Easter and you're looking for Easter meats or fixin', Prusky's has that too.
Is it rabbit Easter meat?
No, I don't think it is.
No.
But
More
that
importantly,
seems cruel. But ham and all kinds of stuff there, and poultry as well. And the cool thing, I remember the story that Edmund told me was someone complained that their price was a little more than another store, and he said, "Why don't you get it? And you tell me whether it doesn't taste worth the price."
Money, yeah.
Yeah, and he said they came back and they said, "Wow, this has taste. The other stuff, I'm never going back." So you go over there and visit Prusky's, and you'll be there time and time again. Visiting with them is so much fun. Prusky's Market, 10140 Highway 87 in Atkins, Texas. Online at pruskysmeatmarket.com. And if you're going to go and do the Easter stuff, you can call them. The phone number is on the website, but I'll give it to you now, 210-899-3853. Take a break and be back in a moment with more of Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. And welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. And you remember that day we kept saying was the last day of frost?
yeah,
Traditionally, what was that? March
15th.
Oh, what is today?
It's the average. It's the apogee.
Okay, but
Yes,
we're here.
we're here.
So, let me look at the weather forecast. And
So,
Is it the 14th or the 15th?
No,
It's
it's
the
the
15th
15th today
Oh, it's
because yesterday was Pi Day.
Yeah, yesterday was St. Patrick's Day.
no,
No, Monday is
St.
St. Patrick's
Day.
Is it?
It just yesterday was going to be the start of all the festivities throughout town.
Oh.
So, yes. So we usually say, the wind may die down a bit on around March 15th. So get them in the ground.
Okay. So
What-
maybe the problem for today is
Yeah.
not cold, but wind?
I would either wait one more day or put them in the ground and provide some kind of shelter. So I would put the wind the insulate around them to
Yeah,
put
this
on the
was
ground. If you're gonna put 'em.
this was a tough period for tomatoes, with between the wind and the cold weather. The wind really did affect them.
I'm more worried about the wind
Yeah,
because tomato plants are tropical. They don't tolerate wind very well, and those leaves really turn brown, curl and turn brown very very rapidly.
Today, mostly sunny, high near 80. West wind 10 to 20 miles per hour with gusts as high as 30.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying is the gusts, I think. Right now, I think we're experiencing some gusts.
We are getting a little gusts.
We're in for some high winds
is
and
that
weather.
what it means when a stick hits you from
Yes,
blowing?
yes.
Okay.
Or when the protection on the porch starts slapping around
Yeah.
here. So if you hear, what do we call those?
Or the ornaments
windows or
the ornaments on the
Sort of
porch
shutters.
really are twirling and twirling.
Oh, I wish I saw
we're
some.
generating a lot of electricity right now for CPS
yeah.
Energy.
I wish I saw some rain, but I don't see any
gosh,
rain.
Would
No.
that be good?
So 10 days out, I don't think we're going to get any chance of rain. We really do need some. Really. So we're short about 30% in January, and we're short about 50% in February. I don't know. I didn't calculate today, halfway through the month, how much we're short, but I would say that pretty much like 80%. So we really do need the rain.
Me too.
Well, for sure we have not made up any of the deficit in the aquifer.
Yeah.
Still that 30 feet difference.
Oh, yeah. And it's not looking good for the foreseeable future. I'm hoping that we're entering I always get it mixed up. I think we're going El Nino now.
Oh.
I think La Nina was this winter, and I think we're going into El Nino, which means we'll get some summer rain.
That'd be nice.
That would be very, very nice.
Al is reminding us back at the station. Al is saying today's the Ides of March, so beware the Ides of March.
Is that on the 15th or the 11th? Or
quite a day for me already.
He said it's the 15th.
Ah, yes. Yes, so beware, Calvin, the Ides of March. Oh, we should have probably told them that yesterday.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. So what else is going on in your gardening world? Does he have one of your things? Is that one of the...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And...
That's one of the milkweeds?
Yeah.
That's a good-looking plant.
The potatoes are coming up. And if you're putting soil on the plants, keep it going. Keep the mounding.
Keep the mounding. Keep a little bit of fertilizer. We want some food production going.
Don't over fertilize potatoes. We never used to fertilize potatoes, but it turns out that a little bit of fertilizer even helps potatoes.
And I say that because I heard David on another station, which I'll be naming. And the woman caller had said she had planted onions, and she wasn't getting any growth or any bulbs or anything. He asked her, "Are you fertilizing?"
Yeah.
And she was fertilizing with a liquid, and you got to use a higher. Liquids tend to be a little less than lower in nitrogen, less than amount.
And onions are high nitrogen, just like tomato plants. You got to get them plenty of nutrients there to get them to work. Another thing that I've replanted sweet peas, and they're doing pretty well.
They're good. And it's been an interesting. I laugh because it's been an interesting year for sweet peas. We always say plant maybe in cycles and phases, but this weather has been such that you've had to do a lot more phases this year.
Yeah, and they came up early and were looking good, and then of course we got nailed a couple times on the freezes. And peas don't like hot weather, and they don't like cold weather. They want it to be perfect for them. But so that there, and let's see what else. Oh, the cucumbers. I'm just amazed that Milton has some planted cucumber seeds. They grow so well.
So I'm looking at seeds, green beans, cucumbers, squash, maybe.
Another thing that I brought up on.
Well, green beans I like this time of year.
So. Summer squash is what a lot of people could be planting now, but if you ever have trouble with the vine borers, then you want to consider the Mexican squash, and because the vine borers don't seem to bother it, and it's an amazing
as much. Yeah.
Tastes.
Do you remember what it is, Milton?
What's that?
The Mexican squash.
Oh, tatuma.
Yes.
Yeah, tanto. Just remember tanto.
Tanto.
Your good friend Tanto.
Oh, okay.
Tatuma.
Tatuma. Oh, what did I say?
No, you said it correctly.
You're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the
I just was a mnemonic device for everybody out there.
It's an amazing plant too. It takes off across country, and if you've got a fertile soil, you can almost like a baseball every 1 foot. Of course, the baseballs turn into volleyballs pretty quickly.
Yeah, you have to get them when they're baseball size, I think. Do they taste better when they're bigger, or no?
No,
you had a lot more experience with that.
It tastes just as good to me.
Okay.
I really like it.
By the way, did you see the little photo I sent you?
No,
Both
when did you send it?
That cucumber?
Yeah, it's a cucumber. So, for our listening audience, I'm crossing my hands and making a little crossover.
Yeah.
But they would grow the cucumber, and then it would hang the fruit on either side.
Oh.
And so it was growing mostly in the middle. It was growing up from the ground, and it was trained to go up in the middle, and then all the fruit would be hanging on the side.
When did you send it?
Oh, a couple weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 10 days ago.
Okay, I'll look for it again.
Look for it again.
Yeah.
And what I said was, I talked about this before.
Yeah.
And it was hard to describe. You have to see it.
Oh, to see the.
Yeah. So it's like an X, and on the sides, all the cucumbers are hanging down and kind of off the ground a little bit, getting a lot of air. So I was also wondering about squashes. Maybe we could do something else. But I think the squashes would get too big, and like the tatuma, they'd be all over the yard.
Can we do zucchini?
Yeah, we can do zucchini.
Okay.
Now, the zucchini, it's not my favorite squash, but zucchini, is it susceptible to the vine borers?
I do not think so. Not as much, I should say. It's not as much.
I know a lot of folks really like it. Zucchini, it's very productive.
Oh, okay.
So one will do you, one plant.
Okay.
If you got an acre,
do we get transplants?
If you got an acre, if you got 2 acres, you could have 2 plants. Yeah.
So do we get transplants of zucchini? I can't remember. Do you ever remember?
Occasionally.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a big one. It's more the squash and cucumbers were.
Yeah.
It's another one though that is easy to grow with seed.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look for seeds for that too.
And tatuma is one that.
Now, but you had trouble finding this tatuma seeds, didn't you? Or
no, not on the internet.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what we did was, this was I think 2 years ago. We had this discussion, and then we had a couple gardeners come forward, and once you get some plants, you just harvest the seed because they're very productive and seeds.
It's become more popular, and so the companies took notice.
Oh,
in this area. So it's easier to get, albeit it's kind of hard. You have to go searching for a little bit, and you have to be very specific on what it is.
And sometimes one of the garden club exchanges, or
that'd be fun.
Like gardening volunteers in South Texas sometimes. So somebody will have some seed there.
When is that meeting, Mark?
The Essentials class
is
the third Monday of each month.
So are we coming up on it this Monday?
We could be.
Yeah.
I don't know. Calculate it out there.
Man. I saw.
Okay.
Okay.
We got one sent to us.
I'm going to be busy.
And the 17th.
On the 17th.
And where is that meeting going to be?
It's always at the San Antonio Garden Center, which is right across from the San Antonio Botanical Center.
Okay. And
it's on 555 Funston Place.
And what time is it? Do you remember?
12:30 to 2:30 or 3. 2:30.
Okay.
Yeah. About that time.
And they just show up, and I think a donation is appreciated. But
donation is appreciated very much. There will be snacks.
Oh, yeah.
Which is why Calvin and I sometimes go.
And the one of the speakers is a person is the heirloom seed collector.
Oh, wow.
Seed collector. I can't remember what her name is. I believe it starts with a B. And then let's see, what was I don't remember if there was a second speaker.
There's always 2 speakers. One starts at around 12:30, and then they break at 2, más o menos, as we say. And then the next speaker's 2 to 3, maybe 1:30.
Okay. So I'm going to, before we go to break here, I'm going to ask our listeners to help me out on this. So I have, and you can tell me whether it's a good idea or not. This is just a listener question. I have seen videos now, speaking of cucumbers, where they have talked about how you can plant seeds from the cucumber that you bought at the store. And so I would like to know if you have done that, and maybe you can coach me on how to do it. I'll tell you. I can tell you what they said to do, but I'd rather hear what you had to do. So, cool? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
I
think
mean,
I've ever,
our minds are now working slowly.
Okay.
yeah, I don't remember ever doing it from the.
Yeah, this was.
I always eat the cucumbers.
Well, this
from
was
the store.
basically. Well, should I tell you what they said, or should I wait till
You
listen
just
to the call?
put the cucumber
Put the call
on.
out and see what happens.
Well, I'm not waiting until
I'll
it
say
passes through the system. I'm not doing
no,
that.
no.
Okay.
All right, we'll take a quick break and come back in a moment. You're listening to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas. The number to call with your answers to my question is 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. Back in a moment on 9:30 a.m., The Answer. Welcome back to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Milton Glueck, along with Mark Peterson, Dr. Calvin Finch. Trace will join us in a second, and we need your help. If you can tell me how to get those seeds out of the cucumbers that I've bought from H-E-B, or if you've ever done that before, I'm curious. You can't hear it? That's weird. All right. Then, just call us at 210-308-8867, or it's just one. You're just getting it out of one.
Keep talking.
Okay, 210.
There we go.
Okay, 210-308-8867, and you can call in and give me some advice on how to do that. All right. So what else is going on, Trace?
Trace.
I just keep thinking about all the stuff coming this next week.
Okay.
Yeah. We have another big ad.
Yep, we sure do. Coming up next week, second week of the anniversary.
What is the big sale on the greenhouse, right?
Oh, yeah. Talk about the...
So all the houseplants are 10% off.
Yep. And do you have a few?
We got in 30, what did he tell me? It's the biggest order we'd ever received before.
Porterweed.
No, I didn't say anything about porterweed.
No.
Greg's Mist coming.
All right. Good. We talked about that
good.
in the
Really?
class.
Yeah.
Okay.
300 of them.
Wow. When do you think you'll have them? Theoretically,
I'll have them Tuesday.
Okay. Well, call me and tell me if you do, or shoot me a text, and we'll see if we can arrange who should we interview about that to tell us about them?
I described the porterweed as if you like a weird flower that is a wonderful nectar source. Porterweed is really pretty accommodating.
Were you shaking your shoulders because it's like I'm telling you about them now?
Well, we had 100 that came in Thursday, and I'm trying to find them.
Okay. Well, while you're looking, Bud is on the line at 210-308-8867. Hi there, Bud. Welcome to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas. How are you doing today?
Doing okay.
Good, man. What's going on?
You were talking about the shortage on rainfall.
Right.
The San Antonio Airport station says that for this month of March, as of yesterday, we are 0.94 in the hole.
So nearly an inch.
So almost a full inch?
Yeah.
Practically an inch.
Yeah.
And for January 1 through yesterday, we are short by 2.93 inch.
Might as well call that 3 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's significant,
So that's
especially with the farmers pre-irrigating and getting their crops done.
Yeah. So generally, pre-irrigation occurs in February, latter part of February, into this month. So it's having a significant impact on the aquifer right now. Boy, we sure could use some rain.
Yeah. Could knock down some of the dust, too. That would be nice. It's nice to, it's not nice. It's weird to be driving down the street and see dust clouds coming from things. Well, thank you, Bud. Bud, have you ever grown cucumbers before? Uh-oh. We've lost Bud. All right, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. All right, yeah, we need rain.
I noticed something this morning, Trace.
Yes.
There was several gentlemen and women with the big carts, and they were loaded with tomato varieties top to bottom. They were trying to get all their celebrity or all their favorites. Tycoon.
That's a good selection out there, including Ruby Crush, which we hadn't had in a while.
We had. I noticed we had several flats of Ruby Crush out there. So,
which
what about
reminds me, I got to take some home.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What about my Sweet 100? Was I under delusion that might
that was one of the things that got shorted.
Okay.
But
turned in like 100 flat order between vegetables and herbs, and we got 12.
And Thunderbird
really?
was Thunderbird was one of them, though, right?
I thought Thunderbird was out there.
Yes, Thunderbird is out there. Rambler's not, but I don't believe I saw any Rambler.
I don't recall it being on the list.
So, Celebrity, Tycoon, Deuce, Red Deuce, Thunderbird, a lot of Ruby Crush.
HM.
Well, we had some last week.
Two of the HMs.
Oh, that's the
HM is 1848.
8148. It's 8 on each side. That's how I remember.
8148.
Oh, there you go. I'm dyslexic.
It's okay.
But before we had the other HM too.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
968. How are your sprouts doing, Trace?
I haven't checked on them, but probably not too happy with this wind.
Oh, I bet they're not. You're right about that. But.
So anyway, I'm encouraging everyone, if they want their desired varieties, come on over and get it as quick as you can, because they may be gone. Selection may be poorer in the next couple of weeks.
Just think about me and my pickling cucumbers. They're gone. I waited too long. But we've had people come.
Story of your life, Milton.
It is. But we've had people that have come by for the tomatoes and go, "Oh, okay, I heard y'all 2 weeks ago talking about this."
Well,
and they're gone.
I saw it in the Webster's Dictionary. It said a pitcher Milton. It said day late, $1 short.
And that's why Trace and I encouraged that potting up the rodeo tomatoes, because that quite often happened with the rodeo distribution. People would say, well, they were talking about them at the rodeo, but the rodeo's over, and then there's none left. And so, so you get them when you can, and you pot them up if you have to.
Yepper. And you have peppers out there too, Trace.
We do.
Yeah.
All kinds.
Lots of them.
Yeah, it's got some hot
ones.
There's 4 really hot ones.
Yeah, and then some bells. So I found some bell pepper plants up there as well.
Which bell? Just regular bell?
It was a bell pepper that I was not aware of, or I could not remember.
One job.
Sorry?
One job.
One job. That's all you have.
So you saw the peppers, you saw some hot stuff, you saw the greens. There was something else that you mentioned too, the sriracha? Is that what you said?
Yeah, there's a sriracha pepper.
Sriracha? Okay. So we've had people come by and ask us where the peppers are, so we're starting off. We get more, you think?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We haven't even really got to the right time to be really putting them in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So usually, if you're going to do peppers, it's going to be some of the like Anaheims and Bells and some of the sweeter ones. In other words, at this time of year. But
bananas.
If you only knew how many customers asked for Pekin and Patine this last week.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, how many did?
More
than asked for another type of pepper.
Eddie, did you have a question?
Yes.
Will you come on the air with us?
Watch your head. Watch your head.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, be careful. I'm going to give my mic to Trace, and we got 3 people ready to help you out. What's going on?
Good morning. We're not having issues, but our mountain laurel seems like it's not producing enough leaves, and we wanted to put some fertilizer on there, which I guess it would be nitrogen. But then I've been told that if you fertilize a mountain laurel, you could probably kill it because it gets its own nutrition from
it's a legume,
from its earth. Right.
So it creates its own nitrogen. They're right.
Just hold on.
Yeah.
So if you were going to fertilize it, it would need to be with an organic fertilizer. But you could also do a chelated iron. That would help a lot in your coloration.
So a little dab will do you on those because you don't want to produce too much vegetation.
Right. Well, we'd like to get more.
You want to have some flowers. So
how much sun is it?
It's full sun all day. Yeah.
It sounds like it was in full sun.
So I'm thinking maybe because of the low humidity that we're having, maybe it's not producing enough.
No. It's experienced that before. It's native habitats on the hillsides of the hill country. So it likes a little fertilizer and likes a little bit more water to get it really greened up.
Right. That's what we're looking at.
And then also make sure you don't have any of these gold caterpillars on that. Look for that. They're devious and they're ferocious.
So,
what would you add for them take care of them?
The first bug that's going to work on them is a Lapodia major. That's that little red bug that pinches on the new growth.
Yeah, the Janessa caterpillar. Is that what you just said?
I know it is Lapodia major.
Oh yeah.
Well, sometimes we see some webbing on the leaves. So what would that be?
Webbing is going to be there's probably a caterpillar.
Oh, caterpillar. Okay.
But
kind of like a webworm.
Yeah, it happens twice a year on those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas the Lapodia major is generally right after they finish their bloom. He goes in and starts attacking the new growth.
So would you put like 7 on there, or how would you get to? I mean, these mountain laurels are like maybe 15 feet high.
The old-fashioned 7, yes, but the new 7 is not the same product. So you could use 7, but it's a contact kill. You hit him, you kill him. You don't hit him, you don't kill him.
What about putting diatomaceous earth around the root?
That would be a waste of
that wouldn't do
resources.
It wouldn't help out.
So I'd either be putting BT or a product containing BT, or I would a product containing spinosad.
Okay.
For correct contact.
Gotcha. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for coming on the air. How do you get back to Thank you for coming on the air, man. All right, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. Were you going to say something? Sorry, you had that look in your eye. Okay.
Debating on whether I should run.
You should run?
Watch your head.
Okay, be careful out there. All right, 210-308-8867. Yeah, it's a bit breezy. So, and that'd be fun with the peppers. People love the peppers too. You say it's early.
That's interesting. Yes, that they'd be
April
asking about
1st.
that. Either, I'm assuming they were talking about plants, but I may be wrong. They may be talking about seeds for chili patine.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, but probably plants.
Well,
that is a little early.
There were seeds for chili patines in there, weren't there?
What are they?
But if you got a neighbor that's got a chili patine plant,
yes.
Although right now they're not. Some of them have foliage on them now, but most of them are not blooming yet.
Right, kind of skimpy on the foliage. Certainly not anything to develop into fruit. But that's interesting. No.
Milton, you can make a dish like Milton did for us.
Yeah, that was fun.
So maybe it's the newest wave. Did you put anything on TikTok or anything about
making
your
make a TikTok video of my
maybe
recipe.
sweeping the country now.
It might be, yeah, if I'd done that. Now Raul is going to talk to us in just a second after the news. Tell them again, it's a very successful class, but if they missed it, they can catch up and do it next week.
Next Saturday is the one in Education Resource Center. That's at 9:30, 6802 Dorothy Louise Drive out there. Call 210-382-4455 if you want to reserve a spot. And that's my number, so leave a message rather than try to get me on the radio here right now. But later you can call me.
Yeah, and it's getting rave reviews from the people who were here. The 48 people, nearly 50 people. We got to go for record. Next year, 50. Okay. So 210-308-8867. Yes?
But my volunteers may not come because I irritated them because they were...
They should be used to that.
Yeah, we had enough plants for 40 and...
okay. All right.
But anyhow,
listen,
we will have plants for everybody that comes.
There you go. We will take a break and come back in a moment. 210-308-8867. Call me if you've grown cucumbers that you bought at the store. Back in a moment on 9:30 a.m.
I could use a bite of cucumber.
We're back with Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. Come out to visit or call us at 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. And now back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
All right, welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. And Raul, you've been so patient. Thank you for waiting. What's going on today?
Yes, hello, gentlemen. Yes, I appreciate your show.
Thank you.
Yes, I could really use your advice. With the drought, it really took out a lot of our lawn, and my wife and I are considering using Bermuda grass seed. So that was my question. Is there a good Bermuda grass seed that you recommend to reseed a lawn?
Well, I recommend common Bermuda, but most of the selections work really well. If you wait until about May 1st, they'll germinate in about 3 days, and you actually could be mowing in 3 weeks if you can. If you give them a little bit, you don't water very deep, but you water frequently and shallowly on that starting lawn, and it works really well. Now the key though is got to be full sun.
Okay.
Doesn't work.
Yes,
it doesn't work in the shade.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. And you wait, and you don't rush it because it does best about May 1st.
Oh, May 1st.
Okay. So once we spread the seed, you're saying give it a good watering, or?
Yes, you water it, but you doesn't have to be very deep watering. You go ahead and if you can get all the old grass out of there and kind of rake it up so that you got some bare soil so the seed can make contact with the soil. But it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it tilled up like a vegetable garden or anything. But then and then you water it shallowly once in the morning and then once in the afternoon for at least a week, and then you switch to once a week, and it should grow really quickly and be successful. And common works well, and the other selections, the hybrids work well too.
Okay, so common is the name of the grass seed?
Common Bermuda seed.
Okay.
I'm wondering how many nurseries now offer the common, but they do offer a couple of selections. Some of them are dwarf short.
Yeah, short and dwarf. I want to say Pantera. But there are some varieties that are dwarf varieties.
And as far as I've heard, or in my experiences, they all work pretty well.
Great,
Alrighty.
that's great. Okay, that helps me.
Good.
Okay, I appreciate your help. You have a good weekend.
You haven't grown cucumbers, have you, Raul?
No, I have not.
We need somebody to help me with cucumbers.
Well, I wish Milton asks every gardener that calls whether they grow cucumbers. I wish he'd quit asking and just plant some.
Yeah, I need to, but I'm trying to see how to take the seeds from the cucumber. All right, thanks, Raul. 210-308-8867. Dave is on the line at 210-308-8867. I think you've called the right place for this question, Dave. What's going on?
Good morning. Yeah, I wanted to ask Calvin. I'm unable to make any of the seminars. I found some milkweed seeds, some common milkweed. Now, Calvin, do I just put those in the refrigerator for a month or so, or how do I do that?
Well, most of the seed companies recommend you seed it directly. You till it up and you mound it a little bit, and you press it in, but you don't want it deep. You only want a quarter of an inch at the most. When I do it, I just put the seed on top of the containers, and that seems to germinate the best. And then water it shallowly for a few weeks, and hopefully a lot of it will germinate. Now, a lot of the seed varieties, though, do best if you stratify them. That means yeah. So you put them in the refrigerator for a while.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I wanted to find out. Now, the place I finally found some at close to me, they had the common, they had the swamp, and then just the regular butterfly weed. Now, do all the monarchs lay their eggs on any of those?
They don't lay their eggs on the butterfly weed. The butterfly weed is very attractive. But everybody keeps telling me it's easy to germinate, but I have not had great luck with the butterfly weed.
With the tuberosa butterfly weed? Huh.
Yeah. And I tried that 2 or 3 years ago, and I didn't. Of course, I didn't. I wasn't real aggressive with it, and I didn't have any luck at all.
Yeah, it's easy to transplant. That's why the nurseries quite often offer it. But now the common, if it's the green, the native green here for Texas, that one germinates. We had a class today, and the seed the flats with the green. Almost every plant had. Every container had germinated green common.
Yeah. Now is that the same as antelope horn?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's what, 6 or 5 or 6? Did you tell me one time? It's different species.
Oh, there's a bunch of them. Yeah,
there's 37 different species in Texas.
Yeah.
We are around San Antonio. We generally deal with about 6 different species.
Okay, that's where I got that number.
Yeah,
both antelope horn and green work really well here.
Yeah, I talked to you a couple of years ago, and I've actually got antelope horn up at the top of my driveway, and they strip it clean every year.
All right, good work.
Yeah, I was hoping it would spread, but I have pretty good luck with seeds. So the common, I'm going to get some of that going, and I'm like you. I'm after the butterflies. I've got. Is it too early, Calvin? Is it too early for zinnia seed? Because I started some yesterday.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
No, I think we're Mark and I are kind of pressing. April 1st is the conservative time for seed, but if with this kind of weather, I noticed that some of the zinnia seed in the old beds are germinating. So it is figured out that the soil's warm enough, the air's warm enough. But I think you'll do all right. Yeah,
the nighttime temperature is what's got me a little bit concerned, but I anyway, I've got some Dreamland and some Giants both started yesterday. And on your question, Milton, I grew the pickling cucumbers one year, and the reason I don't grow a lot of cucumbers is because, well, of course, anything in that family, has got fungus or whatever problems. But I don't have enough room, actually. But as far as growing things from seed from the grocery store, from the grocery store, I've grown peppers for years, and I was having a hard time getting hot peppers. But the hottest pepper that I've grown, the biggest pepper that I've grown, was from HEB, and a pepper from there, and a guy that was evidently in the know told me that was La Fuego. Now, I don't know if that's an heirloom or what, if it comes true, but I got some of those, and this year my seed starts, as far as tomatoes and peppers, if they look better than ever, than any that I've ever grown, I believe, and I just hope it's a good season for them, because the last couple of years hadn't been great. So, but
Now, how did you get the seeds for? I'm just curious out of both of them, since you did them from grocery store products. Like the cucumbers, did you? Oh, you didn't get them from grocery store products?
Well, the Boston cucumbers, pickling cucumbers that I grew, those were packaged seeds.
Oh, okay.
The only thing that I've grown from the grocery is, like I say, the peppers. And I've got a pot out front that I always throw seed in. And I've started a few, fruit trees, lemon, and I still don't know what they are, only because I don't give them a whole lot of care. I got so much other stuff, but you don't, the thing is, as everybody knows, you don't know what you're getting. But the peppers has been, these are, my daughter always wants hot jalapenos, and these are the hottest, the best, the biggest peppers I've ever grown, and they came from HEB. So.
All right, and you just took the seeds out and put them in, or you soaked the seeds, or what'd you do?
Well, peppers are easier because the seeds. Cucumbers are kind of a wet seed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I would think you would have to let them dry. Now, on my peppers, what I do, I just put them in, in a little compost, put them in a flat, and I take a 60-watt bulb in the old, so to speak, drop light, and in a box, in a cardboard box, and I just put the light underneath it, and that gives it enough heat to get them started. And I'd say I probably got 90%.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Tell us what happens with your...
Mark sent us, Milton and I, a picture of a cucumber seeding strategy that didn't use much space, but it was really attractive and productive.
Produced a lot of cucumbers on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because the trellis, it went up instead of across the ground. So,
okay.
So it didn't use much space.
Yeah. Anything in that family, I grow up. Cantaloupe. We talked about that last week.
Oh yeah.
I grow cantaloupe straight up on hogwash. Anything in that family, I grow up. It has to climb up, because, for one, the space that I've got, and I like to crowd a bunch of tomatoes and peppers. So, anything in that family, I'll go straight up. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
We'll talk to you later.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
sir.
Give us a report on the milkweed as it comes up. All right, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867.
I had a news flash. That's what that was.
Oh, I didn't
for.
understand. I just heard you going
Yeah.
beep, 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 beep.
It was a news flash. So I went to get some more coffee,
Okay.
and I found
Yes.
a seed rack here
Yeah.
dedicated to pepper seeds.
Oh.
Hot peppers, regular peppers, all
Okay.
kinds of peppers. I had not seen this before.
Every year.
Every year? So every year I've been blind.
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So I just want to tell everybody that I had not noticed that, but we have
So it
pepper
does.
seeds.
It
all
does
kinds.
have some heirloom tomatoes on it too, so it's
Oh.
not 100% peppers.
Okay. Well, it's kind of in the same family. So.
Cherokee purple.
Okay. Any suggestions on which? The cart's running away.
Whoa. Mary. Mary.
Okay. she'll get it. She'll
Anyway,
get
it's
it.
fun
She'll get it.
times with the wind. Anyway, hey, there's a zucchini transplant out there.
There is?
Zucchini squash, yes.
Oh, cool.
And the pepper is named Gypsy.
Gypsy?
Gypsy. It's
not.
longest or a yellow Anaheim type.
All right. So tell me what I do after I buy the. So it has the best chance of success after I buy the zucchini transplant. Obviously, I plant it.
Yeah.
It has to climb too. It's a climber.
Yes.
Doesn't have to.
Yeah.
But it will.
It'll take up a lot
Yeah.
more space if you don't.
Okay.
And the bugs tend to get them more when they're on the ground.
Oh, okay. So we'll
But
have
they're
to.
easy to grow.
Are they? Okay. Can I do that in a container?
With a trellis, yeah.
Okay.
Big enough container.
Okay. So if it's like, what's a big enough?
Half whiskey barrel size.
Okay.
I was going to say,
a little smaller than that if I have a little.
I didn't hear you.
Oh, I just said if it's a little smaller than that, am I okay?
You'll have to
15
water it a
gallons.
little more often.
Okay.
I use that half whiskey barrel size, and that works really well
Okay.
for the peppers.
And I do like the last caller said to use hog paneling. So that's that would work out very well.
Okay. And you're just putting it in the ground and putting it in front of or behind the hog paneling, and or you kind of.
I imagine any way you want to do it, but I would want to be able to. It's got to be in the sun,
Yeah.
so 8 hours. So you got to be
Okay.
able to walk around it. So I'd try to figure out a way to make the hog paneling stand up.
That hog
So-
paneling is wonderful also for protecting your trees, newly planted trees.
Newly planted trees and so
And then
those
you-
areas which
you-
have deer. And,
Yeah, they use those rubber.
Right.
What are those called, Trace?
The little zip ties.
Oh, the zip ties. Okay.
Alright.
You got to put
So-
some stakes in.
I don't.
So
Yeah.
you don't have to.
What?
So they
How do you do it?
they make such a thing as a hog panel clip.
Really?
And it's a special pair of pliers and a little metal thing, and you clip the corners to each other. I would do a triangle.
Yeah. Yes.
And I would leave one side clipped as a hinge, and I'd put a carabiner on the other side so I could open it up and clean out the weeds.
Okay, I got to go look and see what a hog.
I have
panel
done
looks
the square and
Wow.
been real happy with it too. The hog panels.
like. Okay. So what
See,
else?
yeah, we
They
talked about
they
that.
last forever.
Okay.
A
gonna go
few
look
years
now.
ago, or so, we talked about advantages of square versus triangle. And I use triangle on various products in the hill country.
Well, I'm cheap, so I only want to buy 3
Oh,
instead of 4.
So you only want to buy what?
I would only want to buy 3 when I could have used 4,
Oh, okay.
but that meant I'd have to buy a whole nother sheet.
Okay, let's see. I'm looking. What am I looking for? I got hog panel up to 16 feet long. Is that good?
That's too big.
You want something 4 foot by 4 foot,
Okay. And I want a number of them.
or 4 foot by 6 foot. If
I
you
do.
can-
Yeah, I do.
I want
did
like a lot of
6
those.
foot.
3 of those.
Are you going to have 3 plants?
So,
Oh, okay. So I can use one for each plant.
Right.
Okay,
right.
cool. All
But
right.
you're going to have some support with your container on the hog panel.
Gotcha. All
You
right.
have, you have to use an engineering degree.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I have an English degree, so I can talk to the plant quite well
Okay.
and read at the classics, but that's about it. All right, we're going to take a quick break and come back in a moment. But give us a call 210-308-8867, 8867, 210-308-8867. More of Milberger's Gardening South Texas coming up. I'm Milton Glueck with Dr. Calvin Finch and Mark Peterson on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. What was Calvin? What was your article about today?
My article is about large shrubs and small trees.
Okay.
And basically connecting your shade trees with your perennials and your lawn. And of course, I emphasized some of those that were especially accommodating for blooms and also for wildlife. One of them was the Trace's favorite rose.
Oh yeah, I saw that you included on it. Normally, I would go small, not a small tree, but then I saw the title again. It says shrubs.
And then also we Anaqua and Mexican plum and
so red
Mexican olive.
Yep, Mexican buckeye, one of my favorites.
Yeah. And let's see.
Which can be as a small tree or a shrub.
Well, Texas mountain laurel, too, I think we did.
That's right. I already thought you said that, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, Texas mountain laurel is
that's my number one ornamental or small tree.
What, Texas mountain laurel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Virtually indestructible. You know what kills it?
What?
Water. It's the pest that walks on 2 feet.
Oh.
Too much water.
Too much water.
Okay.
Poorly drained soil. But I never have treated the caterpillars.
No.
They don't. It survives or fertilized it.
So why do it? Sometimes we see more caterpillars on the mountain laurel. We kind of trace the history on it a little bit, and the people were putting much more nitrogen fertilizer on it than they needed to. And so those leaves came out, and they looked just really tasty to the caterpillar.
Yeah. Well, and also, I'm not sure that growth rate due to more fertilizer doesn't translate also into less bloom. That's still a question, but
I think I always thought that was the opinion. Yeah.
Grow faster, but if you're after, in terms of Texas mountain laurel and the positive characteristics you have, growing fast isn't always the main thing. Although a lot of us would like them to fill a void or a top, a certain size. Some of them will get huge, 20 plus feet. Yeah.
Yeah, I found the a former champion, state champion on University of the Incarnate Word. And we had a big ceremony and everything like that. 2 years later, it was dethroned. So I'm always upset about that.
What do you think?
It was tall. That's what it added a lot of points because it was behind or adjacent to the mother's house, and so it was 33 or 34 foot tall. It was very tall.
Yeah, that is.
But it was in an area where it was crowded, and so it didn't get very wide.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's a great plant for full sun. Of course, it's part of every xeriscape plan that existed. And then the blooms. We used to say the blooms smelled like grape Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
I had some people kind of
I've had people
grape gum too.
Yeah, I've had people say it smells like bubble gum.
Yeah.
All right, we have. We'll keep that thought. We'll go back to it in a second, but we got a caller on the line. Tony has some questions about squash at 210-308-8867. Tony, welcome to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas. What's your question?
Yeah, Milton, Mark and Trace was talking about a squash that you can grow on cattle panels and stuff. Everything comes in bush now. There are no vines for yellow or zucchini squash.
Oh, really?
So how do you get them to crawl up those cattle panels?
I don't know.
Well, even though it's a bush, you would have to have the cattle panel, or the hog panel right next to it. It's going to get on that, and then I would just take the fruit on some of the panels or some of the wire right over.
But the bush doesn't grow that big. It's just a little bitty thing.
Squash or zucchini?
Yeah,
Zucchini.
both. The yellow
I don't know.
squash.
You may grow different zucchini than I do, I think. Well, I don't.
Now the zucchini is more bushy. In my past experience, limited experience, the zucchini has been more bushy, whereas the squash has been more trailing. And I could take some of the trailing vines and put it on the hog panels. But I would agree with you on the zucchini. That may be a little difficult.
Yeah.
You ever have trouble with zucchini and those vine borers?
Very few, but yeah, they attack them all.
Not like the summer squash, though. Huh?
Yeah, but I just have not been able to find a vining squash plant. I used to grow them in New Braunfels about 30 years ago, but everybody has switched to the bush type, and they don't grow out. They're just a little bush,
Huh. Okay.
Well, grow Tatuma, and then you could, then you really could have a
the Tatuma
cross country.
But if we could ask you a favor, and if you find that bush squash, give us a holler. I would really like to know it.
Okay.
Look on your seed rack. I was there a couple of weeks ago, and that's all they have.
Oh,
okay.
Good. Okay.
Great. I'll do that later on after the show, and then we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, 210-308-8867. Love when our listeners call in to help. I really do. 210-308-8867, the number to call to be a part of the show. What else did you talk about in your article?
Let's see.
Tell us why we want to go run and get the paper and read your article.
Well, we did list the classes that are scheduled for the butterfly and monarch and milkweed classes, and let's see, Anaqua, of course, I talked about, and I didn't get to. I was going to write about the Lady Banks roses because they're so interesting. I know Trace keeps saying they're not roses. I was going to check that out. I've always called them roses, and
which one?
Lady Banks.
Oh, okay.
Mark, are you familiar with what?
Yeah,
it's a rosa, isn't it?
I would say so. Yeah. So the flowers aren't rose-looking; they're a cluster of petals, kind of like a marigold, but a little bit larger and creamy. They come in white and yellow.
Yeah.
And I like the white, but maybe because of the short blooming period, it's a one-time shot in the spring.
I've got
I'll
one
have to
of
look
each.
it up. We'll look it up later on today.
Yeah, I've got one of each, and what amazes me is that if you grow it out in full sun, it makes a great specimen. A mound and the the flowing. But then if it gets caught up in the shade of a live oak tree or a mesquite, that darn thing will find a way up through the branches so that it can get access to the sun, and then it always amazes people. There's 30 feet up there. There's these little roses blooming everywhere. So that is an interesting and lasts forever, and it's a good xeriscape plant too.
You notice, I know you were asking about this week in the garden.
Yeah.
And Calvin had mentioned a resource book about native plants, including shrubs and trees. A copy of Sally Wasowski's Native Texas Plants Landscaping Region by Region. Now, you didn't mention Greg as well on that. Greg Grant has a wonderful product. Now, he's not just limited to native plants, but I do love Greg Grant's step-by-step landscaping book for the yard.
I think
and you know what?
What?
We still have some here.
I was going to say that's the one we have here, right? Yeah. Good. Yeah, that's. I know the guys like it because it has different landscape situations. Bound to be one of yours, whether it's a patio.
Well, it's the best. It's the best thing for somebody that gets overwhelmed by how can I got a new house or I bought a new property. How can I address the landscape issues?
You are overwhelmed unto the point of inertia that you don't do anything. So it really helps you out, just to get you out, get you going.
And some of those special problem areas, like the shady areas between the houses and under the shady trees, shady area under trees, and
a porch situation or a bed that's right next to the house, which means that part of the day it's going to get sun and part of the day it's not. It's a really good book. That's a good one too. So you mentioned that. What else in this week in the garden?
Well, Calvin covered some of the other items on that. Is the
talk about
classes, and then he mentioned it. But also we're talking about time to plant things. And there you are. Hey, green beans. One of my favorite. Radishes, lettuce, carrots, beets.
I don't know why you hate beets so much. Why you got to be that way?
Mark, talk about that plant your favorite. That's I think up there. It's in the article.
In your article, some of the different ones. So I do like the Mexican Buckeye. It's one of my favorites.
Tell it.
Very early, virtually indestructible. Can be trained with a little effort, I admit. Okay, a little bit more effort into a single tree, but also a kind of a bush type thing. And you can either do it in full sun. I mean, it can be grown in full sun or shade.
Yeah, mine is kind of a leaner. It leans from this the shrub and tree border into the sun.
Yeah.
And then that's where and then it blooms in the first thing in the spring, and it's good cover for wildlife, and then it disappears. It's like kind of like a redbud disappears during the summertime.
And then in the fall, it is its name is a buckeye. It produces the three-lobed seeds or shells, and the little dark seed comes out. Or is it filled? It's a three-lobed nutlet and has the seeds inside. So, very characteristic of that. But I like it because it is you get it going, established, and it's fairly indestructible. I planted a few at the San Antonio Botanical Gardens, and they're still there to this day, growing and happy.
Well, here comes Trace. We can ask him if we've got him here.
Yeah, let's ask Trace.
Yeah,
the pigs could be flying.
Pigs are flying.
Yeah. Yes, let's ask Trace what?
Mexican Buckeye. Have we got some here?
Yes.
Good. All right.
I'm pretty sure there's some 5-gallon. I think there's maybe a 30 or a 45 as well.
Uh-huh. What color? All of them the same?
Yeah, they're all pinkish, darkish pink.
And what about that? Is that I never think about the seed. Does it get consumed by? Well, it must, because I never doesn't last that long.
Yeah, no, it's not that. It should not be ingested. How about that?
I don't even know what it looks like, because every time they go into bloom, people buy them.
So it's like I say, it's a tri-lobe nutlet, and it's a little dark marble size.
I do know.
What's that?
When he said that, I now remember. What
it's a dark marble size seed, and I know the true Buckeye, and in the Midwest area, Appalachia area, that was actually, they used the seed to stun fish.
Huh.
The Native Americans. Now I don't know if we can do that with the Mexican Buckeye, which is not a true Buckeye.
Okay. All right, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. Trace, we're going to take a break in a minute, but what else is kind of exciting about the sale? You've mentioned 10% off all the house plants.
That's a big one, because there's so much to choose from in there.
Yeah.
Including Phalaenopsis orchids?
Yeah, I think it's listed under that department, so probably.
Okay. Yeah. And then what else? You've got bird baths. I saw that.
Yep. So we got they're all 10% off, and then there's a handful that are at different percentages off, to 50% off being the highest on like 2 or 3 of them.
Anything? Yes.
Sale, Milton. What are you talking about? Sale? What is this sale you speak of?
I speak of the big first week of 2 of the anniversary sale.
47 years.
47 years. And I think
feel them all.
What's that?
I feel them all.
Now, did you ever have contact with the one I was telling last week? I remembered when it was on West Avenue.
Nope.
No? Okay.
No. Charles told me that was the first thing he did, is shut that one down.
Oh, is that right? Oh, my goodness. But this one wasn't here then, I don't think, was it?
I'm pretty sure it was.
Oh, you think so? There were 2? Okay. Yeah, I was telling when I went to Churchill, I would, walk the neighborhood and walk by Millburgers each day. So that was kind of cool.
I never asked him why.
Okay.
He was quite adamant that first thing he wanted to do is shut that one down.
Okay. All right. And then any other things that you like, man, I want people to really know we got this on sale. Anything that's like a terrific opportunity, the hanging baskets for Boston Ferns.
Peach trees are ridiculously cheap.
Okay. What do we got? Let me find them real quick.
2 for $60.
2 for $60.
What is that blooming? It looks like it was modeled instead of...
That is a dwarf peach tree.
Oh,
called,
how interesting.
I think Bonfire. And they are in full bloom, spectacular pink blooms.
What a spectacular thing for the patio, and it looks... They're so disciplined and everything. Do they actually produce fruit, or is it mostly an ornamental?
No, it produces fruit.
Gosh, if you want to see one of those, it's hard to pass them out.
Yeah. Well, if you want to see it bloom, you need to hurry, because they're already halfway into it, I think.
Well, and that's the wind. Is not
the wind's not helpful.
Oh, good point. All right, we need to take a break. We're up against one real quick. 210-308-8867. Give us a call. We had lots of great questions today, so we want to hear you. Back in a moment on 9:30 a.m., The Answer. Here, Mike. Grab that, and you'll be on the air with us. Thank you. All right, got a question from the crowd here. Yes, sir. What's going on?
Yes, I planted sweet potato vines, and they flourished all throughout the year. And then, of course, during the freeze, they froze. I cut them. Will they be coming back?
On the sweet potato vine, generally not so much. They are a very tropical plant, and so they don't handle any cold weather very well. And they're so easy to produce. get some in the springtime or when it gets warmer and produce it again, and you plant it again.
Okay.
But you can try it.
So the bulbs that are in the soil looks like a small little sweet potato. Are they
so
plantable, or do I just throw them away? They don't.
Or you can try. You can try.
Yeah, if they're alive, they'll come out.
Yeah.
So that I generally don't think of that. I've got a bunch too, and it just got wiped out, and I never even thought about that. There's probably bulbs in there.
So
big,
it's a matter of convenience. It's so easy to reproduce them that a lot of people just go get new ones in the springtime.
They're expensive. $5 for just a little. What are those little 2-inch?
But it gets a whole big long vine,
Yeah.
like a huge vine.
Yeah.
So anyway,
okay. Well, I really appreciate it.
Try that. Yeah. Let us know if those
I would.
work.
Yeah. 'Cause, as I say, a lot of times it's convenience
Yes.
more than anything else.
And did you get your knockout question answered?
Yes, and thank you for the information on the knockout roses there. Put that nice fertilizer on there, the
1959.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the Milberger's slow-release lawn fertilizer.
Okay. All right. Well,
Cool.
We may repeat it, so you may hear us.
Yeah.
It'll be a question.
Yeah, in fact, we probably will. Yeah, we'll tell on the air what was going on.
thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, let's do just that.
Watch your head
210-308-8867. Yeah, well, those pigs are flying low. Uh-oh. Did you have another question? Or? Oh, 9:30, KLUP, AM 9:30. You'll have to listen. All right, so, you want to talk about his knockout question?
So he had all these knockout roses, and he was wondering, do I have to prune them like a traditional hybrid tea? That's what I think he was getting at. The
reason I like those roses like knockout and the tough modern roses is that you don't have to prune them. You prune them in a way that's convenient for you, or you like the looks of.
Right.
And they're usually like Belinda's Dream, and most of them you can predict exactly what the shape's going to be and what the flowers look like, and they've got a long bloom period, and they're drought tolerant. Generally, not much susceptibility to pest damage, so you don't have to do much there. But like Grandma's Yellow.
The whole class that we talk about
Miss
all the
Dudley
time.
Cross.
The Earth kind.
Yeah.
But you and I talked a little bit more about the
Martha Gonzalez.
The old antique or the old fashioned.
What is the one that was?
We got Miss Dudley Cross, you and I like, and then Living or Easy Living. I think is that the one though. It's Nacogdoches Road or Katy Road. Katy Road.
Katy Road. Yeah, Katy Road was what we used to call it. Now it's. It turned out that it was not an old-fashioned rose. It was a modern rose. But
so I generally, rather than just a horizontal cut, I may, if I have multiple ones, I might try to make it just a little rounded before the flowers come on.
Well, and
just separate them out. But I'm not too fastidious about the pruning on that one. I don't really care. It's an old-fashioned one.
Yeah, if you like most of us have done, if you haven't done any supplementary watering or anything, you might have lost some foliage and branches, and then those freezes came involved. So there would be some pruning there to get it back into shape and stimulate the growth. I know mine, like the Mrs. Dudley Cross, is starting to fill out now again. But they're a wonderful set. There's a whole set of those kind of roses, including ones he was talking about too. And what was the other one we have that grows flat?
The Drift.
Drift.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Drift is another one that is in that category. different colors.
Yeah, but tough. And
Yeah, very tough.
all right, 210-308-8867. Still can sneak in a question if you've been thinking about something. Call us right now. We'll help you before the show comes to an end. 210-308-8867.
And don't forget, if you want to go to the Monarch and Milkweed class next Saturday, 9:30 a.m. at
at the station.
6802 Dorothy Louise Drive.
Oh, that's easy to remember.
Yeah.
And it's just call 210-382-4455. Leave a message. Say you want one of the remaining seats. And everybody that does that will get a 2 seated milkweed containers. And your job will be to monitor its germination and also any transplanting results that you have.
Yeah. Did you have anybody that came to the class this time that had come to the class last time to talk about? Be neat if they would talk about their experience.
We had some tomato class folks.
Oh, people? No, but I meant people who had participated last year, maybe talking about their experience with it.
We did. I expected some, but we didn't. No. So
okay.
Whatever it was, they got caught up in the discussion or.
Yeah. Well, no, they've been there before, so they might not have come. But I thought it'd be kind of fun if they could say, "Hey, I did this, and I was here last year, and this was great. I enjoyed the experience."
And we were encouraging that too. We were trying to get the folks to come in and tell us what has happened 2 years ago. So we'll keep pushing on that. Okay.
And you can find all that information on millburgernursery.com. That's millburgernursery.com. Got about 3 minutes, Mark. Anything you want to throw in here?
No, just that we have lots of tomatoes.
Yeah.
And I saw a couple of individuals with one of the big carts.
Yeah.
Top and bottom filled with tomatoes. So do not hesitate to get the tomatoes with the varieties you want to get. And we have a bunch of varieties with more coming, expected to come. So come on by, get your tomatoes.
We got Miss Flowers now.
We got the Miss Flowers car. We got Calvin and I, zinnias and pittas here at the nursery. We got two different kinds. So on the zinnias, like I said, we had Profusion. We had Dreamland
variety, and then what's your
my Profusion, the little lower one, and I'm always keep hoping for kind of a native zinnia, but good catch. The wind is picking up.
Yes, the wind is every now and then we get one of
suggesting
those little gusts.
I'm waiting for it to pick one of us up.
Yes.
Whoever's the thinnest.
It's not going to be me. I feel pretty safe.
But anyway, that's what I was just saying. Come on by. We have lots of tomato varieties.
And peppers. People love peppers.
And peppers. And so there was some sriracha peppers, some ghost peppers. And then what I found, although I was chastised saying it's been there for years, Mark.
Was there bananas? Were there any banana peppers?
Yeah. So these gypsy ones, variety gypsy, they tend to be long Anaheim banana type peppers.
Are they sweet? I mean, they're called banana. I know they look like a banana, but
crisp. Crisp and sweet.
Oh, okay. That'd be kind of fun to get.
So, and I have your zucchini squash grouped together.
Yeah, you showed me that. I'm going to get one after I pack up and get all our stuff.
Anyway, so a seed rack totally dedicated
to peppers.
All kinds, particularly hot ones I saw on there. And then Trace mentioned there's also some tomatoes if you want to grow tomatoes by seed. Although it's getting late in the year for that.
Oh. Okay. Good. Yep. Millburgers has what you need. And you'll have to tell us tomorrow about the herbs and stuff if there's anything new. So we'll do that tomorrow because we've run out of time. All right. We are going to begin to say goodbye for today. I think he has a question. Okay. But that's okay. We're wrapping up the show. You don't have to ask it on there. Come on up, but we'll tackle it in a second. But we'll say goodbye for today. But you know what? We're back here tomorrow here at Millburgers at 1604 on Boulevardy Road. And we'll be happy to answer your gardening questions then. Come on by and visit with us. That's always fun, too, on 1604 on Boulevardy Road. Milton Glueck saying goodbye. Thanks to Al for doing a great job. Thanks to you for listening. See you tomorrow on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.